everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome back to a playthrough game of Dungeon Saga Origins. Today I'm playing a new scenario. It's called Paths Forced Apart. I've gone ahead and set up the first of 3 boards, the way the computer I'm running an app which runs as the Overlord. It's told me to put Rorden and Madriga here, and Olaf and Danor here, and there is some rubble that is splitting this in half. So right now my party is split. I've got 4 doors here to explore, and interesting. Alright, so the Overlord has 4 interrupts. Let me go ahead and shuffle this. Last game I played, I had a really good luck of draw on the exploration deck. I'm not suspecting that today. I'll probably have really bad. So I'm going to shuffle it, put it here. And luckily for the first round, the AI Overlord cannot interrupt because there are no exploration cards drawn. And they will have an interrupt symbol on some of them. But since I haven't drawn any, there's no way for the AI Overlord to play an interrupt. So let's go ahead and get started. Before I forget, I did use some of my gold to buy Orloff a great axe, which reduces all enemy armor by 1 down to a minimum of 1. And Rorden got a hammer which allows me to reroll an enemy's defense die. I can reroll 1 of them. Alright, it also tells me to place a skeleton warrior here and here. Is that it? That is it. Alright, so it is my turn. I'm going to go ahead and have Danor move 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to search because there's an enemy in the hallway, so he is done. And now I'm going to have Orloff move 1, 2, 3, 4. He can move 5. I'll move him up, and he is done. That leaves Rorden. Now on here, if I pass here, I have to trigger a trap. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I trigger a trap. You just draw one randomly, and I flip it. It is a trap. It's got a symbol. So you have to roll to see what it is. It is a 4, which is a gas trap. Roll a die. If the result is equal to or less than your armor, you're safe. His armor is 3. So roll a 3 or less. Come on. I rolled a 6, so he takes a point of damage. But the trap is triggered, and that is good. Alright. Now it's safe for Madriga, and he moved. Oh, by the way, sorry. When you trigger a trap, the Overlord flips to aggressive. But there are no exploration cards, so he will not get a chance to interrupt. But he is in aggressive mood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a door here that I'm going to go check out in a minute. And that is the end of my turn. Everybody moved. So now it's the enemy phase. Now there's no interrupts to play, but he can. The AI will play the skeletons. The skeletons have a movement of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I can see them. Ooh, Madriga could step over and kill it. Alright, it is now my turn. So I'll take my activation tokens away. And Madriga will step over here. That way Rorden can get around her if he needs to defend. She will shoot. She shoots 4 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the skeleton warriors 2. And I need to roll 3s and higher or hits. Well, I think I did it. I got 2 4s and 2 3s. It got a 6 and a 4. This is blocked and this is a tie, but that's enough to do 2 hits, and the skeleton is destroyed. Now, normally, if you attack an enemy and you don't kill it in one attack, that will trigger the AI Overlord to look for an interrupt. But again, no exploration cards yet. When will these start showing up? When I decide to check the hallway, or if I open a chest or something like that. So let's go ahead. That was Madriga went. So let's take Rorden and go 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll open the door on his next turn. So he is done. Orloff can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He will run. And he will attack. He attacks with 5 dice to the skeleton's 2. Now, the skeleton's armor is going to drop to 1 because it has an armor of 2, but his great axe reduces that by 1 down to a minimum of 1, which means 2s and higher will hit. I got 2 6s. It got a 3 and a 2. It also, skeletons get to re-roll a 1 on their die, but he didn't roll any 1. The 6 beats the 3, the 6 beats the 2, and he shatters that skeleton to pieces. He is done. And that leaves Danor to move up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to move him anymore. All right. Now, there are no enemies on this board. So, when it's the Overlord's turn, at the end of any Overlord's turn where there are no monsters on the board, there are not, you go down this list. If there are no spawn points, place a spawn point at a hero starting square closest to the weakest hero. The weakest hero is going to be Danor, the wizard. So there will be a spawn point placed in its spot. Danor started here, so that is where I'll place the spawn point. So what happens is, when you have to place a model on the board as a result of exploration, you place it as close as possible to the cause, place it in the rear arc. Okay, if no heroes are present on the game tile that contains, if neither above, okay, so I did place the spawn point. So there is now a spawn point where monsters will start flooding onto the game, but not yet. It is now the end of the turn. My turn, no monsters to move. Actually, hold on. That's what places it. In the next, if no heroes are present on a game tile that contains a spawn point, move it. At the end of it, we're no moment performing the point. If there are no spawn point moment, place. If neither of the above conditions, draw the bottom part. If this card is an interrupt, place 1. Yeah, so thankfully I have no exploration cards yet that will trigger an interrupt or placing a wandering monster. Or a spawn point monster. All right, let's get going. Well, it's my turn, and there is lots to explore. I can explore this hallway and this hallway. I hate doing this. I'm going to have Orloff move to the door. His back is to Danor. He moves. Just back him up a little bit. And then I'm going to search this hallway. So what I do is on the computer, I click the little, it tells me draw an exploration card. Here we go. Please don't be a wandering monster. It's a battle potion. The hero may retain this card and use it at any time. When used, the card is discarded. Hero gets to add +2 to their next fight, up to a maximum of 6. I may give that to Danor. He only rolls 2 dice. This would give him 4, which might save it. I may give that to him. Now, unfortunately, I can't give it to him. I can give it to him now, but it takes an action to do that. So I believe revive trade. Yeah, an action is to trade. Now, I could use Danor's action to do the trade, which I will do. So Danor will stay put, and he will trade, and he will get the battle potion, which could be useful. And he is done. That leaves, let me move her 1, 2, 3, and she will search this hallway. I'll put her facing this way, our rear, and she will search. So let me click that one. And also, sometimes it tells you to do something else, but in this case it tells me to draw an Explore card. A haste potion. The hero may retain this card and use it at the end of their turn. When used, the card is discarded and a hero gets to immediately make another move. They cannot take a second action. That's pretty cool. It'll give you another move at the end of their turn. Alright, so what that means is it could get me out of trouble. I'll hold on to that. I could give it to Rorden because he's the slowpoke. But I want Rorden to open the door. So Rorden would need an action to take the potion, but I want to open a door. So he will open this door. Actually, hold on. Yeah, this is his turn. So he will open the door. I'll put an empty door here. And let me see what's in this room. So when you open the door, you click it. Oh, okay. It tells me there is a chest. Excellent. Here. And what is that? That's a ghost. It tells me there is a ghost. Where is it? A ghost right here. Okay. He opened it for 1. He can move 4, 2, 3. He will move all the way up and tackle that ghost. He rolls 4 dice. The ghost rolls 3. Ooh, and 4s. It takes 4s and higher to hit. 4s and higher. That's going to be tough. Although he does have the weapon allows you to reroll one of your enemy's defense dice. And I also have a special ability that lets me reroll one of my oh, that's one of my defending dice. Never mind. Oh, I missed. I got a 4, a 3 to it 6 and 5. So I miss. Woo! Not good. That means that ghost is going to attack this turn. All right. I opened a door, which triggered this to aggressive. It's the end of my turn. There are no exploration. Actually, there's. Oh, you know what? The 2 explore cards I got were potions, so there's nothing here to trigger an interrupt, which is fine. But there is a monster here, so the monster will. Oh no, the monster. Normally, I would have another hero to come in, but Madriga already moved, and so that means it is the AI Overlord's turn. So the ghost will attack with 3 dice to Rorden's 4. And also 4s and higher are required to hurt Rorden. I got a 6, 2 5s, and a 1. It got a 6, a 6, and a 3. I need to re-roll that defense die. Hold on. The weapon allows you to re-roll one of your enemy's defense dice. One of your enemy's defense dice. But I want to re-roll one of my defense dice. Now I have to roll. I would have to roll a 6. I would have re-roll one of your enemy's defense dice in a fight. Wow. That's not good. Okay. The odds of me rolling that 6 are pretty slim. And I hate to burn my special ability. So if it was like a 2 or a 3 or 3 or whatever, this won't hit. But that does get through. So he takes a point of damage. Darn it. Nothing I can do about that. All right. That is the end of the turn. Flip this over to passive. I will have Madriga take. Let me clear these. Madriga hopefully can take care of this guy. She will move in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's next to the chest, but she is going to shoot. She shoots with 4 dice, and it rolls 3, and only 4s and higher hit. Man, I could do Hail of Arrows, which says shoot up to 3 times. I'm going to use her feat. That ghost is bothering me. I'm going to use her Hail of Arrows. So I get use this card as a shoot action before any dice roll. So I'm going to get 3 attacks. 3 different possibilities here. All right, let's try it. Well, the first one did it. 6, 5, 4 beats its 3, 1, 1. So I used my feat, and I'm not going to cheat. I used it, and luckily I killed it with the first volley, but there was no guarantee that was going to happen. So her feat is gone. She cannot check the chest. Oh, by the way, she didn't open the door. She did not. She killed the creature, so it doesn't trigger this. There's still no explore tokens to trigger the AI. That leaves Orloff. Orloff will open the door for an action. So let me see what's in this room. There is a skeleton warrior, and that's it. Skeleton warrior. He opened it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can move all the way in, and he will attack that skeleton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to its 2. And remember, it has an armor of 1. So all I need is 2 hits. Twos or higher. 5. 5 beats it. The 5 and the 3 and 2 3s. This ties, so nothing happens. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, which shatters that skeleton. Okay. Let's see. All right, that blocks there. All right, so there's nothing in this room to search. Oh yeah, wait, I can search the room. So Orloff moved. Now I did do. Rorden took a point of damage, so he's down here. Madrigal went. Rorden went. So that leaves Danor. He will move in. 1, 2, 3, 4. He puts his back to the wall, and I'll have him do an explore. So let me trigger that we did that. Yep, draw an explore card. The reason you have to tap the explore on the computer screen is you might reveal a secret door. So it tells you whether you get a secret door or whether you can explore. Please don't be a wandering monster. Gold. You find a small bag of gold, 25. If you take it, roll a die. On a 2 or less, you trigger you trigger the end of the hero's turn. The Overlord may immediately open the nearest unlocked door, revealing any contents and activating a room monster. Do I want to do this? Yeah, let's do it. I need the gold. So don't roll a 2 or roll higher than a 2. I rolled a 2. All right, so this goes here. I get 25 gold on Danor, and I have to open the Overlord opens the nearest unlocked door. The nearest to him would be this one. So this door gets opened, which means I have to trigger it, and that switches this over to aggressive, which happened anyway when Orloff opened this door. But because there was no exploration cards with an interrupt, I don't have to worry about that. There is a skeleton warrior in there, and that's it. All right. Skeleton warrior. But it gets to activate, it says. So when it activates, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is it. Over there, revealing contents and activating. All right, is there nothing in there? Nope, there's another door, though. Okay, there's a door here. All right, there's a skeleton coming. That is the end of the turn. Danor went, yep. So, and it activated, so that's it. No, and there is a monster on the board, so we won't have to trigger to check for a spawn point monster. So it's my turn. We flip the AI card back over. And it's my turn. I'm going to have Danor. Here's something. I'm going to have him move out. 1, 2, 3. He sees the skeleton. He backs up. 1, 4, 5. He's like, he yells for Orloff. There's a skeleton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He moves out, and he will attack it. 5 dice. It's 2. It has an armor of 1. It re-rolls 1s. Oh yeah, I got 2 6s, 2 5s, and a 3. This 6 and 4. This ties, but 4 hits get through, and he shatters it. All right. Now, it's not the Overlord's turn yet, so done and done. That leaves... We already searched the... Did we search the treasure chest? No, we didn't. Okay, so... On her turn, Madrigal will search this chest. Now, when you search a chest, you draw 2 cards. The risk is higher that you'll get a wandering monster or a trap or whatever, but you got to open them. All right, 1, 2. All right, the first one drawn was a potion. Oh, we got a marauding monster. Potion of Resistance. The hero may retain this card and use it. When you use the card as discarded, hero gets to add +2 dice to their next defense roll. That's not bad. Marauding monster. Now, the marauding monster for this particular level is the Revenant Dwarf, or Revenant, what is it called? The Dwarf Revenant. It says, hero's turn ends immediately. This flips to aggressive. The Overlord may place 1 marauding monster in any square adjacent or within 5 squares of the exploring hero. So this one goes here, and it will attack. The Overlord may then activate it. Well, of course it's going to activate. The Overlord then rolls a single die, and on a score of 5 or more, they get to place an additional one. Of course they do. 6. And this one has to be placed At least 5 scores away. So that would put it out the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And that goes on top. We now have an interrupt symbol that can start messing with the game. And this one will attack. Alright, the Dwarf Revenant rolls with 4 dice. And Madriga defends with 3 dice. And Madriga's armor is 2. So 3s and higher will hit. It got 2 3s, but I've got 2 5s, which beat the 3s, so I defend. Okay. That was the opening of the chest, so she's done. All I've got is Rorden. Rorden hears the sound outside. He turns 1, 2, 3, and he will attack with 4 dice. To its Dwarf Remnant rolls 4 also. Wow. Okay, 4. Its armor is 3, but I do get to reroll. The weapon allows you to reroll one of your enemy's defense dice. All right, well maybe that'll help. 4s and higher will hit. I got a 5, a 4, and a 4. It got a 6, a 5, and a 4. I can force it to reroll one of its defense dice, but the problem is it doesn't matter because this tied, this lost, and although I could, no, my attack misses. All right, well, darn it, and he's done. Now it's the enemy's turn. All right, actually no, hold on. Madriga opened the chest and got attacked. This one already activated. This one, and then my turn. This one will activate and get to attack. All right, so it will roll 4 dice to my 4. And again, with Rorden, it takes 4s and higher to hit. Well, it got it. I got a 6, 5, 4. It got a 6, 5, 4. And the 2s go away. So I tied all its rolls, so no damage. Woo, that was lucky. All right, my turn. Let's take all these back. We flip this over to passive. Orloff will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there a trap in this room? No. So he will move 5 all the way to the door. And Danor will also move. Orloff moved. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all he can do. He's following. So he's done. Let's do Madriga. Madriga can't use her feet. Actually, let's do Rorden. Rorden will roll 4 to 4. Is that right? And I need 4s and higher to hit. I got a 4, 2 4s. It got a 6 and a 5, so it defends. Ugh. There's no, my special ability wouldn't have let me hit it. All right, so he's done. Madriga, I guess, will shoot. She shoots. Well, she can't shoot. She's too close. She rolls 3 to its 4. And only 4s and higher will hit. Its 2 6s beat my 5 and a 4, and so that's that. Okay, this is just a back and forth kind of thing. All right, so the hero may retain this card and use it at any time. When used, the card is discarded, and the hero gets to add +2 dice to their next defense roll. I'm going to have to use it, so I'm going to discard this. So it is now the AI Overlord's turn. This is aggressive. Because I did not kill one of the creatures. So it will look at the bottom card. Is there an interrupt? No. It goes to the top. So it will not use an interrupt. And now it is the enemy's turn. Alright, so this one will strike. She uses the potion. Instead of rolling 3 dice, she will roll 5 to its, what was that say? 4. And 3s and higher hit. It got a 6 and a 5, and all I did was roll a bunch of 4s. So she takes a point of damage. Okay. And then this one will attack Rorden, 4 and 4. 3s and higher. My 5 beats its 4. Oh no, my 5 ties its 5. The 4 does get through. But I will use it to reroll. The weapon allows you to reroll one of your enemies. Reroll any one of your dice when defending. Okay, so all I got to do is roll a 4 or higher. I will burn my special ability. I'll reroll this 1. I need a 4 or higher. I'll reroll it. Catty corner. I'll reroll it. 4. Got it. All right, so no damage. All right, I'm going to stop here, and in the next video, I'll pick up right where I left off. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this game of Dungeon Saga Origins. I'll be back in a week. Everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.